Okay, so we will be recording for Danny's VOD, focusing on 4 different lane matchups, or I guess 4 radio clips rather. 3 of Zed, 1 of Echo. The main focus is being on minion management, lane control, playing certain pockets, and dealing with harassment and being pushed into your tower. Let's get started. Okay. So we start off the wave and we look at let's create the pockets. So we'll start simple. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Right now the goal is we want to keep Brand targeting the 6 minions with the Zed defensively. So what that means for us is if Brand was to go over here, Zed wants to move this way. That way, when he goes to contest the melee minions, you have a moment where Brand, who's standing around this area, will aggro all 6. That'll cause a push towards Zed, and it'll help him trade back and cope with being harassed in a range versus melee matchup. Another thing is by playing this pocket specifically, like the torches areas, it forces Brand when he uses his W to focus on either that area or this area. If he does this entire area, it's super easy just to dodge it. So you really just have to be careful on kind of just the safety of it. If Zed was in the middle, say for example like in this area, if he forces Brand's W, that pushes the wave in, but it also means that he's a little bit lower now. So there's a lot of ways you can play it where Zed tries to deflect it, or Zed just takes it with the minions. Right now we're only using Q to last hit, and we're noticing how Brand autos them very slowly by comparison. So right now there is a push in my favor, just given the health of the minions. Okay, so yeah, so on that one I moved up just a little bit too close, and I got hit by his E. Yeah. Essentially, anytime I get within, I think it's like that, like this is his range. Fuck. So it's like that far. I'll get hit by his E, and then either auto E-auto or just E, just based upon whether he takes Stun Lords or Deathfire. So my mind is basically to using my Q, which goes about that far, and just trying to get as much minions as I can. I opt in for E level 2 just because it allows me to push to clear the wave under tower, because I'm not looking to be using my W right now. I'm staying back using my Q to farm. Brand does make some mistakes though, in the fact that he misses minions that he isn't really contested on. I make the mistake there where I hit the other minion as well, and then because of that I lose 2 wizards. So do move in a little bit close to see if he can retaliate. I get the 2 melee minions now. And right now it's kind of an important part because we have, what is this? This is enough to, this is enough to hold my freeze, so I want to get these 2, the melee and the cannon down as fast as I can. The wave's going to crash about this area, maybe here. So I'm going to try and pull it this direction away from my tower. Auto E, gets that, and then now we have a nice little freeze. I'm going to be able to Q to melee this one because my W is up, and I think I do actually use it on him. Or otherwise that, or I'll just use it to break the freeze. So he did miss that. I should get punished here with his W in combo. I should not be allowed to get my melee minions under tower. I lose that one. This is just from me not using my abilities correctly. I should W for that. W. Oh, okay. And I make sure not to hit that one too soon because I do want to hold the creep as long as I can. I'm being extremely careful just not to burn any potions because I just want to emphasize that this is a defensive lane in this matchup. I'm intentionally trying to only use my Q to last hit. But still, by playing in this pocket area, right over here, it helps kind of isolate the minions from Zed. And it forces Brand to say, okay, well, if he W's for me randomly and misses, he just burns mana. And it's hard to predict where I'm going to be because this pocket's further than here, and there's no minions obstructing me. And this pocket makes it dangerous because he can just zone me and force me out of lane. Excuse me. Oh yeah, so this is I remember this part. Okay. So right here, Brand should be looking to Brand should be punishing Zed anytime he gets in melee range of a minion. Whether it's through just doing a flat W like on top of the minion or like a little bit in front, or just doing like an EW. But it's really difficult when Brand doesn't like counter harass. And then at this part, this one, I'm looking to punish him right now for going to auto this melee because of his movements and then just looking at my own minion line. So he's going to be standing about, where is it? There it is. He'll be standing about like here when he looks to go auto this minion. He's also doing it late, so he's not going to get it. So a W here, E, and then the Q will be either this direction, or that direction. Okay, so I opt for upwards, and then he goes downwards. What I want to do is I really want this melee minion, sorry, this wizard, because I just burned my Q to go harass him. So this was a stupid move on my part. I move in range for it to melee, and I ended up getting punished. I thought he was going to go for EQ, just because of how close I was, so I went to go take the W to dodge it. But I realized that, one, there's an entire wave right here. Two, if I move anywhere close, he has Ignite up. Actually, I think he has Teleport this game, but under normal circumstances, I would have been dead. So I just instantly flash over the wall and exit the lane. Because I did kind of try and see how he would react, and I ended up making too many mistakes. This is an interesting part, though, because basically whenever you force the mid laner out of the lane, you need to immediately cover their entry points. So I flashed this wall, so I can't go back over there. So I'm looking to re-enter over here and kind of just swoop back in by hugging the wall and get into my wave. If I have to go all the way around, that does waste my time and denies XP, and you can still block me. So the best route is for right now Brand, as of as soon as I leave vision, as soon as I flash over really, Brand wants to move from here and go straight to the bush and either ward it and look to fight me, or ward it, shove this, and then look to block me when I'm over in this area. You want to deny the re-entry as much as you can because I'm missing all of this XP and all of this gold. And that's important because that determines who hits 6 first, and 6 is really important in this matchup. Did he miss his ward? Okay, so yeah, he did ward it. Right now he wants to be fighting me because my W is still on cooldown, right? 22 seconds to level 1. He knew that ahead of time. And if you were to really count about it, like this entire exchange happened like 16 seconds ago, or like 15. So Brand really needs to be blocking me out right now. Because of the constant sidetracking, Brand's best option right now is to move from here just into the brush. Well, it's irrelevant because both of us have it warded rather. But because Zed's shadow works off of his shadow slash, if Brand was playing with the assumption that like Zed had a shadow up, then you don't want to go into these pockets because that minimizes your movement. The difference between Brand's W and Zed's shadow slash is that the slash is around where his W is placed, and the W will always go on the neutral part, which basically covers this entire little curve. If Brand places it here, it's really easy to dodge just by going away. Whereas if you're Zed right now and Zed's like right here, moving backwards into these areas puts him into Brand's range, so he has to go through the W. Whereas with a normal case, like in the neutral of the lane, standing right here, if Brand commits to a W, you can move up here because you still have all your abilities, and the W just missed, so Brand is missing one. Okay, so after hitting the E, that's huge confirmation that you need to go in because that's time for a kill. He misses the Q, and then that basically opens him up to get killed because he did wait too long. That was just a clean kill. Sorry, I'm still kind of sick. But let's talk about how I got the lane push going on first before we finish this clip. Because when we started it, where did we go? I don't know how many times he autos without last hitting. Because it was either the first game or the second game that he autoed like 6 times in the first two waves. Okay, that's good. That's good. I get 3 because he's not punishing me for these. So those were 2 minions he should have punished me for. So on this part, right, going back, if Brand just moves, like if Brand baits my shuriken or waits till I last a minute and then goes in, he can be standing right in this pocket and just, my minion's here, he's here, you form the triangle, and I'm going to be forced to stand over here. And then you can work on denying me with your E and autos, and you can reset the aggro by playing this pocket. So let's say, for example, Brand is where Z is, so right here, and my minions are right here. If Zed's standing like this right here, if Zed's in that vicinity, minions are here, and Brand's here. Brand autos Zed, he pulls aggro. 1, this means that his wave pushes into me, which is not what we want. But the other thing is that to drop aggro, if he just moves downwards to like this area, towards Raptors, minions drop, push back in, and he just weaves back and forth based upon where the casters are, and he can start zoning out in Zed. Zed's extremely dependent on getting level 3, technically level 4 because of the scaling on this Q, just because his combo is really important. Brand as well power spikes really hard when he gets his level ups. So we could be playing a lot more aggressively because it's only like, it's hard to see, but it's like 210 or 220, and like basically the second wave, or sorry, finishing up the first wave, and no jungler will be there in time. Additionally, he could aggressively ward at like level 2 or level 3 the Raptor camp, and we'll talk about that in the 3rd Zed clip, I believe. But anyway, so we can continue with that. Some frame skip for some reason. He also didn't use his level 2 advantage for hitting it first. Okay. I think that Q was okay because it did get the last hit, and then it did hit Brand, but it did kind of botch the lane a little bit because it wounded all these four casters. Okay. Skip that a bit. So I want to see how I handled the freeze. Like right here I have the option when my Q comes up, I can W to this area and then just Q forward and clear this entire out. Because Brand should be standing about this area right now and really contesting the wizard line. So there's just ways to play around it, given the jungler's location. Also what he wants to look to do is when you push the wave like past torches, just walk up and ward the Raptors. Just to get intel, whether it's like they completed it, they're doing a full clear, they're not, whatever. So we get these uncontested. I need to work on CSing under tower, or not even just that, but just CSing like while using my E, because E doesn't trigger like a global cooldown or like a time, so you can use it as you auto, which basically lets you make up for wizards taking 2 shots. Where was the kill part? Right here. It wasn't even the fact that he missed the Q, it was just the fact that he took 10 seconds to fight. Hold on. So as soon as I missed this, he should have gone in. Then I missed it again. There's no W yet. Yeah, so he has 10 seconds as of now to fight. and he just like you strafe. That Q is irrelevant just in terms of the damage output because you're dead anyway when the shot comes up. Get that, probably. That's just clean. And then you get denied like maybe like 2 or 3 waves. Okay. The main thing on that is just you need to punish the whenever Zed gets into the melee range, and then you really need to punish Zed's interval. So it's 22 seconds at rank 1. And that doesn't happen until 5, 10, 12, so level 13. Or when you get CDR, he needs 750 for his first back. Most of them go for Dirk, but he could prioritize Hawker. But let's jump into the second clip of Zed. Okay. So same style again, right? Notice how Zed's is playing the pocket, playing very defensive. The focus of here, right, is we only want to use Q to last hit, and if Brand comes up to punish, he goes in here. This is really easy to aim it. But if Brand moves this way, Zed goes that way. And if Brand goes here, Zed stays in the pocket, goes down or goes down. If anything, Zed would want to go down in this direction, because this keeps him in XP range of those. The problem is if Zed goes in here, Brand moves in and just Brand zones him out because level 1 range advantage. Excuse me. Yeah, so right now, with that, for example, Brand was very smart in choosing to use his E and not using his auto. If he autoed, he would have pulled those 3, he would have pulled those 3, and it essentially would have just guaranteed a push in my way and probably equalized the damage overall. I also didn't Q him back. I haven't played Zed in a while, and so it's my mistake in not balancing between Q last hitting and Q harassing. I play a very aggressive style Zed, so I'm not used to this. But essentially, whenever a wave enters, I should be queuing on cooldown just because I won't have to use the last hit for like the 6 seconds that they take to get lowered. So it's just being more efficient. I queue that. I want to try and auto these two. He doesn't E me and he doesn't auto me. There we go. He could have gotten 2 more autos than I think. So right now I'm just going to this pocket because I want to make him decide. So with me playing this pocket, I can push into about here, or this area rather. And if you make the triangle again, that's a square. If you make the triangle, he has to choose between does he auto the minion, which he's going to do, does he E me, or what does he do? It's very easy to go right here and shuriken just this general direction, and this forces Brains to go into this pocket, or Brain has to leave. If Brain leaves, he doesn't get the minion. If Brain goes in this pocket, all of a sudden I walk in all the way and I can push him out of lane.
Secrets kept are weapons.
Yeah, so I'm just being extremely aggressive, giving him the opportunity to harass me because I want to like get him in the condition. I think in the first 2 games I didn't use any potions, just to kind of let him see like how much damage he's doing to me over time. So like the important thing is like given the HP value, right? And you have to also think, okay, Zed's level 2 and he isn't using his shadow yet. He's either saving it for Brand's W, right? Or he took E. If he takes E and Brand took EQ or took EW, whichever one worked, Brand should not be playing in this area. Brand should be moving towards to form the triangle and zoning me out. Probably the scariest thing that a range matchup can do is they only auto to last hit, which keeps the lane pushing in their favor. So pushing that way. And they stand diagonally, like for Camille's hook shot, and then they just use their ability just to harass you. It makes it really difficult because if I choose to like fight, I'm losing minions. And as long as Blade's pushing into their direction, I can't safely trade because if I use my W, and like assuming it's level 3+, I get ganked. In terms of like the lane initiative, I've been holding a lot more pressure over Brand just because in order for Brand to go in, it's based on Zed's positioning. And I've been staying between my minions and my pocket. I just prefer to play bottom side pockets. I don't like playing top side pockets.
Without a sound.
So yeah, level 3 advantage needs to be moving in. See, this pocket's dangerous for me because if he, like, let's say he walks up here, and because he knows I want this minion because it's a cannon. If Bran walks up to here, or even just goes here, and separates himself from the cannon, there's gonna be a time in like 2 or 3 seconds when I'm going to Q this cannon minion. During that interval, Bran can just W here, he can W here, and hard shove this in, or he can just like do like a backwards W and just W in the back, and then Q off that. So it's very dangerous, and Bran needs to be aware of his own minions because that basically reads how Zed's gonna react. I don't know why that didn't play. That's annoying. I think I just like clicked. So this part, I told him that I would only use my shadow if he made a major mistake to like emphasize it. This part, I only use my shadow just to help clear the way faster. I don't want all this crashing in. I want to try and keep it over here, and if it crashes, it'll end up being over there. I am pretty bitter because I wanted to just walk into range and E them. So I do give up basically a potion for that gold. So I could have played that a lot better. A lot of this could also are mistakes on my part. I'm trying not to use any potions still. And then we just go back to playing the pocket. We talked about jungle pressure during the lobby, so I switched pockets just to kind of show him like the matchup isn't super different based upon jungle pressure. I want that back minion really badly. So I went up to melee that one so I can Q the back one. But just bad timing. I should lose that one. Yeah. It just comes down to like Bran isn't punishing me. And that's fine that he's conserving his mana. But he, like, this matchup really needs to be determined. He needs to be determined to crew 6. That's unfortunate. If he landed that, I would have been a kill because he has Flash Ignite. I'm pretty sure I end up dying this round anyway. This is like the 4-minute game, right? Yeah, I die at like level 6. Yeah, see, like right there. Right there. So right here, Bran goes back and just moves. If Bran instead moved in, EQ'd, and Q'd, he'd be like right here. So he would just, actually no, he'd be here. He would just Q this direction. My option is to either W away, try to like juke down, but basically if he Qs it and it hits, given the travel speed, I instantly die. Alternatively, he can move in to about here, E me, flash to here, with Ignite up, and then like W this area, and that's going to easily force my flash as well. There's just a lot more aggressive zoning that Brandon can be doing. So we'll probably ask him to like have him play Zed and I'll play Lorraine, and we'll just show him like how much he can be in my face. It's kind of like the Quinn versus Darius matchup, where it's like level 1, like Quinn has to be blocking out Darius. Excuse me. The option to W the wave was kind of weird. I'm gonna talk about that real quick. So like he hasn't W the wave at all in like the past like 2 games, and he just suddenly decides to do it now. I guess it's because he wants to push in 6 casters. Yeah, 6 casters and 1 melee. I will get this one no matter what, and I can auto that one, I can auto Q that, I can Q that. That one and that one will be tricky to get. But no, so he opts like to Q them. And 1 second to blow my nose. Sorry about that. But basically, I look to freeze it, so I drag it from. I'll talk about it. Okay. I drag it from here. I move this way just to pull it, and then I reset. And that was the kind of just to punish his W. Because now I can basically control the lane at my pace. I'm going to lose that one. It's like, my Q's up in 2 seconds. I do kind of want to push it out. I have to take that. And I don't get that range one. I should have queued that. And I shouldn't lose those 3 wizards. Actually, no, I'll get that one too. That's dead, and then auto E? Yeah, no. Okay. So right now, notice how the lane reset into neutral. Neither of us have left any, like, neither of us left lane. So we all have gotten the same experience. Hitting level 6 is now going to be determined by those 2 melees. And yeah, I think it should be either 2 or 3 minions. Because I did that, I do lose control of the minion wave. That gives me 1. And then 2. Gives us both level 6. I didn't see that for some reason, and I just wasn't thinking ahead of time. So he does do well by going into punish without using flash or ignite. I saw the ult, and I was thinking if I ulted, maybe I could like immune just the spell altogether, like Viger's ult. But I guess it still does go off. And did I take damage from it? Oh yeah, so I did. So I ulted too late. I just get hit by the passive and clean up. So I took about 125 from that. So if I ulted it, there's a chance I actually would have killed him. But I takes care of that one. Third one. So with this one, we actually talked about Zed would be doing it very aggressively. Much different from the first 2 matchups. So we're just going to talk about, well, one thing to look out for is just the APM. Look at the mouse clicks, and then look at how I handle the wave. So upon entering the lane, before the wave even crashes, I give 1 Q down the center. Fuck! Where is my Q? Okay, yeah, sorry. Normally I queue the first 3 minions as they walk up, because it's like in the line, and then I back off, and then I queue the back line, and then I go in for the melee. I'm a little bit sad I didn't do that at the game, but I throw the Q on the back line. Let me watch this. So I auto it once because he like what the goal is when you want to go for like a shoving lane as Zed. Anytime they give you space, you need to just auto and just get the lane pushing in your favor. I get 1 auto off because he didn't harass me. Queue the back line just to guarantee that I push in. I do lose minions in this process though. Whenever I opt to queue the minions to push, I'm going to lose the CS. Queue that back. I fucked up because the melee minion moved back so it did like the decaying damage. So I'm down 2 CS right now. I get that, so I'm at 4 CS. He's at 2, so get 3. And then he has the option to basically, he could have moved into this pocket and then look to just equalize the lane, or do nothing, let it crash right here, and then just play it safe. Fuck these clips. That's that. Right now, all I'm doing is like that. Yeah, I'm gonna take W. Normally, I take W level 2 if I'm pushing in like this, just so I can get rid of the level 3 gank. But basically, right now, like Brand needs to realize that okay, what can he do to punish me for this minion? And because I just used my Q to hit him, the only thing I can do is to use my E. So I'm gonna walk up and E this. Yeah. So like when that happens, that's 6 seconds, and we already confirmed earlier that I took E. Like he could tell that I took E. So he needs to be thinking about okay, he has E, and I think he takes Q level 2. He either moves in and like autos me and fights back, or he just gives up that minion and then lets it crash in the tower. But like this, where he only gets 1 auto off and then an E, no, you need to be really fast about it. Also in this matchup, getting hit by shurikens is really deadly because I don't use reverses, so I'm just going to be constantly shoving down my way. Watch for that, yep. And you notice how like right when Brand moved into the pocket, it was in position to harass me at my casters, but he just he's playing it very defensively, and that's fine, but it gives a lot of power to Zed to dictate what happens in the lane. At this time, you need to think about okay, Brand's low on mana, he's like he has 188. That's going to be basically a full combo. It's one full combo. And it's level 3, right? So I can't read the gold. I think that's through here. I think it's like 330 gold, 333. So maybe two more waves you can back get a second Thorns ring. But the main thing is he will not get that one, and these two are both full health. So he can either auto them and try to reset the wave into like neutral-ish, or just play it safe, back off, wave crash. Like, there is no reason for the Brand to be passed here unless he's going to be punishing me. And because he doesn't, it just puts him in a very awkward position. I blocked that fucking siege minion, so I'm really sad about that. The main thing for me is that on Brand, don't burn your W unless you land your Q. Or unless you, like, basically, unless you get them in a pocket where it, like, severely limits their movement, or you land the Q, don't use your W. Because W is all your damage, and it takes a lot of them. So I think it's like 75, and, like, your Q, and you're, like, 40 and 50. See that walk up auto E? I just walk up in E. Yeah, he's trying to equalize the wave at this point, but because he's constantly burning W's, it doesn't work. That's what Zed wants. This like aggressive pushing in lane basically is focused on draining out the mana of people who can't wave clear. So it's good, kind of good into like Ziggs into Morgana, a little bit into Anivia, but Anivia can bully hard with her E and Q. Autos and Q rather. Yeah, so I fucked up on this part actually. I wanted to outplay it, but I ended up giving myself. So like, I know that he wants to auto this guy, so he's gonna be standing still in this little area. I found my shadow too far, and I should have instead of there, I should have put it here, got the shadow slash, and then double Q hit. Because right when I take it, I get one shot, and then I have to move downwards because I pull two casters. What I wanted to do was essentially right after that hit, auto attack ignite, and then just flash behind him because I figured he was gonna either W himself or Q himself. But none of that works out, and we get the old doozy. I make the mistake of stopping the Q because I was thinking that if my Q is faster, it would hit him plus the minion aggro would kill him. But altogether, just my play. I had no reason to do that combo, so like I just botched the lane for no reason. Excuse me. And we go on the fourth one, which is the Echo matchup. Essentially, this matchup is, I think it is like 51% in Echo's in Brand's favor. Anytime Brand uses his W without stunning me first, Echo will just E it and then counter engage. Anytime Brand pushes Echo in, Echo has to use his Q, which means Echo can Brand can then trade. So it's definitely based on how they both use their abilities. Yeah, OBS is still going. Okay, perfect. So this is a little bit different because I want to try and hit you with my Q. We're not, so notice how, so we're not playing the bottom pocket anymore near the torches. We're actually kind of trying to get in melee range and just instantly contest you. On Echo, I don't mind pushing level 1 because I know that at level 2 I can actually fight you because I have the gap closer. That's one thing that's unique about Zed and Echo, is that Echo doesn't do anything until level 2. Zed doesn't do anything until level 3. So there's that gap. I know you want to auto that, so I'm going to try and Q. I'm trying to like look for Qs onto you. I decide, you know what, I'm just going to hold the freeze. Bait your W. Auto. Because you W, you opted, it's like, you can choose to where neither of us push the wave and we just play neutral, and then I kill you level 2. Or I trade level 2. Or you decide to push the wave, you W, I counter with my Q. Or I push the wave Q and then you counter with your W. So you opted to W to push it. I just auto clean up. And then it turns out, okay, he's giving me the lane push pressure. Because he did that and he left 3 casters up, it's gonna crash right here or freeze. I'll hit level 2 first because it's gonna be pushing to my side. And you now have created the situation where the wave is here. So I'm gonna switch to pink. Echo's gonna be in this area, and Brand will be right about here. Anytime Brand goes to last in a minion, immediately Echo will just go in. And because all the minions will be over here, when they fight over here, he has no casters to back him up. And because Echo will naturally beat Brand, just given the burst damages of each other and the movement speed from Echo's passive, you have the situation where the lane's extended past neutral, and you have all this runway for Echo to just play around in. Also because, like, Echo's burst at level 2 and level 3, if he double points into Q, is you E, you like auto Q, reset, and then back away. And that procs your passive and that escapes. If he wants to all in, he'll flash behind you, so his Q like boomerangs into it, and then he'll just add ignite onto that. And that can only happen in the longer lane, because if Echo flashes for that, he'll be under tower. Yeah, so right now, if you look at like who's being hit, I make sure not to queue that one. Sorry, fuck. I make sure not to queue that one because no one's targeting that. These two are hitting that one. This one's hitting this one, and that one dies. Fuck. Okay, I look stupid now. So he does push main right, and because of that, I just Q once, reset the wave.
Let's make them notice.
And I just E just to dodge it. Because my E is 40 and his W is like 75 or 70, it'll always be my favorite to dodge. And now I'm just looking, because the wave's still on this side, I'm looking to fight whenever I can. This is important. So, did I dodge this? I did. Okay. So, from this little like snapshot you have, that's gonna die to that. These two are fine. That'll hold these three. This one's gonna die. Sorry, the wizard will die, or the melee minion. Goddamn. But what's important to notice is the siege minion's HP. This one's lower and being hit by these two. I don't know if, yeah, the wizard's also hitting. So it's three. So this cannon will die first just from natural aggro. That means that there'll be a period of time where Brand has to hit the siege minion. Echo couldn't just easily punish that. And so I was looking to just kill that and go in on you, but I do get hit by the W anyway. So that was a really good read by his part, just to understand that, like, okay, like Brand's gonna, or that Echo's gonna move in for the siege minion. Because I'm level 3 and double pointed my Q before going in, I know that I'll out damage him in the trade. I just do that, get my autos in, and back off. And cooldowns are back up, so I just want to go back in. I'm waiting for his W, or on the siege minion attack. Go in, come up Q. I'm constantly moving, I'm just strafing back and forth to try and dodge his Q rather. And at this point, because of just how low he is, my full combo takes 100 mana, his full combo takes like 150 or 160. So I know he can only trade maybe one or two more times. And then I can just easily kill him. Also, because my Q will hit all 6 minions when I throw it in a straight line, I'm inherently better at pushing the wave than he is, because his W costs more mana and can only hit like 3 of them or 4 of them based on how they clump. And it just comes down to, because he gave me the freeze, like, the waves are still, you have like very spaced out. If this was all on his side, I would not be able to safely go in, because he could just EQ combo under tower. So a lot of this became possible just due to his management of the wave. And then yeah, Echo just abuses it really early. Yeah. Okay. And I'll upload this and we'll get back to you. Alright. Thank you.